as to what is the best way to generate revenue. I've heard some people suggest that the flat rate is the way to go on that, and that has certain appeal to me. I've heard people even say in reference to tithes in church that, God expects 10%, so, why do we have everything all across the board there on that? Also, what's your opinion about just doing away with the IRS?
I tell you what I am. I'm a co-sponsor of a piece of legislation, John, called the Tax Code Termination Act. It basically wipes the slate clean. At the turn of the century, our tax code was about 300 pages long. Today, it is 65,000 pages long, and you've almost got to have a PhD to understand it. We spend literally billions of dollars. There's an industry, an actual industry that exists around filing our federal income taxes. It's crazy. I am for a fairer, flatter, simpler tax code in America. One where everybody has some skin in the game. Everybody pays their fair share. Nobody gets special treatment. And we need everybody on board. Now, that has probably got elements of the one that you discussed, the flat tax. It's probably got elements of the fair tax. And there may be even other ideas that can be included in that. But the fact of the matter is, we need a fairer, flatter, simpler tax code, one that lets all Americans and all businesses keep more of what they earn and the federal government take less. But probably the most important thing in terms of generating revenue for the federal government, we need to create jobs. Everybody that I talk to up and down the Ohio River, that's the main thing on their mind. What are we going to do about creating jobs and putting America back to work? 88.5 million Americans have left the workforce. That means they're not even looking for a job anymore. And because of that, they're not even included in the unemployment numbers that you hear on television. We heard about in May that the unemployment rate had begun to go back up to 8.2%. Well, first of all, it's going in the wrong direction, but that's not even an accurate representation of the real unemployment rate. If you factored in those 88.5 million Americans that have left the job force and are no longer looking for a job, you would find out that our unemployment rate is really up around 14-15% by most experts' opinion. And that doesn't include the millions of Americans that are underemployed. About 50% of our college graduates today are graduating from college with no job, or they're having to take a job that is not representative of the education that they've gotten. They're underemployed. That's a sad state of affairs here. And if we had an all-of-the-above energy policy, we would be putting America back to work. It would be cheaper to manufacture. Businesses would begin to grow. They would begin to hire. We get our health care law repealed and get that off of the backs of businesses. We would see America begin to churn again, and we'd be going back to work. And that's what it's going to take to increase revenue. Hey, I've got time for one more question. It's been great to have you with us today. Let's go to, let's see, who's it going to be? Elizabeth in Youngstown.